Hey guys, what's up? This is the third video in the series, and this should be the final video. And if you don't go catch the other two videos, this is the final touch-up video, or it could be, it could be your touch-up. Say your blade's not really dull, but you just want to make it sharp again, or maybe you've already went through the other two videos. Once you do the other two videos, you only have to do this to keep it sharp. And this is the Spyderco Ultra Fine Stone, the 306. So this is a little bit bigger and a little bit longer than the other stones I was working on. This is a real stone, and it's also a real dirty stone. I ran out of Barkeeper's Friend, but this is about the only time I have where I can shoot this video for you. So I'm just going to make do. Know that you want this stone as clean as possible. Some Barkeeper's Friend would have took this right off, but I ran out of it earlier today. Anyways, so this is the Mannix we've been working on, and I highly suggest, if you haven't seen the other two videos and you just ran across this video, go check the other two out and then come back to this one. If not, welcome for staying and watching and whatever. Let's get into it. So this is the polishing portion. This ultra fine pretty much takes the edge that we have from the fine. Let's see if I can get a focus. So you see how we it's starting to get shiny, but it is not a mirror yet. That's where this ultra fine stone is going to come in. And again, I'm just going to use the same kind of stroke. Start at the heel. If you can see that, I may be up too far. Start at the heel, and then kind of work your way, rock it down. Make sure you come all the way from the heel, all the way up to the tip, and you're not missing any portion of the blade. And I'm putting some pretty good pressure on this. I'm not bearing way down on it, but I am certainly pushing a little. And I can tell this D2 has a lot of carbide particles in it. It's a very hard steel. Just guessing, I'm guessing this is like 62 maybe. So let's see. Just that little bit of work that you've seen. Look at this edge. Isn't that beautiful? You can see, and I explained it better on the other video, I didn't want to remove so much steel, so this is the little bit of factory edge left. So I would have had to remove a lot of steel along the entire edge to make this go away. So that will eventually come out around the third sharpening. But let's look at the rest of this edge. Look at that. All freehand. Just beautiful. You need a 306 ultra fine stone. I promise that you do. You don't know you do if you don't have one right now, but you do. So I'm working the other side of this blade. And with a clean stone, this would have polished up even faster. Okay, now I'm going to flip this stone because I've really loaded up this side with metal or steel. So let's try to load up this side. Okay, so here's where it's going to start to get tricky, and still not bad, but up until now we've been polishing and using these kind of fast strokes. Go as slow as you need to, but been using these back and forth strokes. It hasn't been super important until now, because now we're starting to put on this final cutting edge here. So what you're going to see my technique change a lot. That's beautiful. And this is not showing up as well. That's why I don't have an Edge Pro. I have a pretty steady hand and a lot of practice. So, you too, you may already be this good, or, you know, it's just practice. I was never taught by anybody. This is just working my way up. Okay. Let's see where we're at. 5 minutes. Perfect. Okay, now if you've seen the other video, you'll notice on the Spyderco Medium, from this point, this was right after the course, DMT, I started to set the micro bevel. The micro bevel is the more obtuse edge at the very... Might be better if I could draw you a picture, but I'm just going to try to explain it. Or maybe just go on Blade Forums or somewhere and search micro bevel, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Basically, you have your primary bevel, where your knife is like this, and then your micro bevel is at the very, very point of the edge, and it's actually more obtuse. That gives a little bit of strength to your edges and makes touch-up very, very easy. Okay, so normally I was sharpening at this angle, right? Micro bevel is going to be up just a tad. See, I did that. Like right here, sharpening, micro bevel is going to be up. So sharpening, micro bevel up just a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. And I'm only going to use forward strokes. Forward strokes only. I'm not going to do none of this back and forth stuff. And it doesn't take many. So you can kind of hear that different sound. Can you hear that? Usually on these micro bevels, I am very careful. The weight of the knife alone is doing this. I am not pushing it all. All the way from the heel, all the way up to the very point. Okay? Heel to the very point. Notice how I'm rotating every other stroke. Very light, forward strokes only. And again, if you didn't watch the first video, I have no formal training. This is all just me learning on my own and doing what works for me. And like I said, this may not work for you. It does just fine for me. Okay. Alright, we got a few minutes left. I'm going to strap this baby up. It shouldn't take that long. I'm going to show you where we're at. It looks much the same. Very, very sharp. This would whittle hair right now. But let's just go ahead and dress this edge up on my strap. Regular chromium strap. I'm just pulling backwards. Heel. I usually go tip to heel. Tip to heel. Flip it over. Tip to heel. Tip to heel. And I do this a lot. I do this maybe for about 5 minutes. For the sake of this video, I got to wrap this up in 30 seconds. I know I can upload longer, but I'm not going to make videos over 10 minutes for you guys. Okay, so how you're going to finish up your stropping session? Raise it up on that micro bevel. You're normally stropping here. Raise it up for that micro bevel. Do about 3 strokes, very light. And you can hear it on your strop. Hear that?